Hey everyone, welcome back to the Might and Magic 6 Completionist run. We are still in the Temple of Ba, where we left off last time. And what I'm gonna do quickly, well, quickly for you, less quickly for me, is I'm gonna make my way back, but as I make my way back, I'm just gonna check to see if I can find any enemies that I haven't killed yet, and Wizard Eye is gonna be helpful with that. And mainly, it's gonna be going into each of those four areas, um, and just ducking in and making sure there's no, spider or skeleton just roaming around. And yeah, I'll do that, and I'll meet you outside if I don't find anyone. So, yeah, I'll see you in just a moment. Alright, so I haven't been able to find anyone, and that means I'm going to declare this dungeon cleared. But one thing that I want to make note of as we leave is remember that constantly firing fireball trap? Now that we've opened the puzzle doors in the middle, that fireball is now aimed directly at the entrance. So you want to make note of that if, for some reason, you ever come back to this dungeon after you've cleared it but before it's been reset, or if you've cleared it part of the way and you've gone out, I don't know, to rest or something. Just remember that fireball trap will still be active. So, there's one other thing I wanted to make note of, and it might seem like a minor point, but it's just something that I wanted to make sure I was accurate about. In the last video, I said at a certain point that resting reset enemies to their original locations. I was incorrect about that. The reason I thought it might have been that way was because after we rested, an enemy had just coincidentally wound up close to where it originally spawned, one of the acolytes of Ba, near the altar. But actually, that isn't what resets enemies. What does reset enemies is doing an area transition, so going in and going out and coming back in. And that is one of the things that I did to make sure the place was clear. You know, like just in case somebody had run off into a corner, by going out and coming back in, they would have been put back into their original spawn points and would have been easier to spot. And with those two bits of information out of the way, let's see, it's pretty late at night, it's past midnight, so we're just gonna rest.
Enjoy your stay.
And as you can see, Zoltan was afraid, but now he's, after a good night's rest, feeling ready to take on the world once again. Okay, what's the goal for today's episode? Well, we do want to go back to New Sarpagal to turn in this quest. So let's see if that's an option for us. Although, I also... You know what? We'll be coming back to Castle Ironfist anyway.
Check the horses.
For one specific reason relating to the goal of this episode. And we're still in March, so we should be fine. You'll see why I'm worrying about the calendar date pretty shortly. So for now... Oops, that was a test save I made, a bit of a spoiler for the area we're going to be going to next. Let's go to the town hall. We might have to wait.
I think it's close.
Yeah. It opens at 10.
I need your help.
Let's go back to Janice. Captain. We're not going to be seeing any of those for a while. Let's turn in this quest. We get 5,000 gold. And their gratitude, which is always nice. Let's look at our reputation. Still respectable. but our fame is growing. You gain fame from killing monsters and doing quests. Let's just save again.
How about some drink? Okay, okay, okay.
We gained 3 levels, which I'm really happy about.
Okay, okay.
And didn't even spend that much gold because we're training in New Sarpagal, which is one of the cheapest, actually the cheapest place to train. And next, I do want to raise your meditation. And you are also going to raise your meditation. Next, I am gonna raise your axe, because we want to get that to expert. You also, more meditation, and... yeah, you can also raise your melee weapon skill. And you, my friend, carry on doing water magic, and also meditation. Spell points are crucial. Even though you only gain 1 skill point per meditation rank
Greetings and salutations.
early on, but as you become an expert or a master in meditation, that will increase in effectiveness. And it might not seem like much,
Hello.
but it does
Hello.
make a bit of a difference in terms of, you know, even something like being able to cast 1 more instance of a heal or a remove curse can save you
Greetings and
often.
salutations.
Okay, what I was looking for right now was the expert meditation
Greetings and
trainer, and
salutations.
here he is.
Good show.
Everybody's gonna learn this, everybody's gonna gain
Yes.
a bit more
Yes.
spell points, and now, with all of that done, I have some selling to do. So I'm gonna put the video on pause, and I will join you once all of the stuff is taken care of. So I'll see you in a bit. You know what? I lied. We're not actually going to be selling right now. There's a specific reason for that, and the reason is we are about to go to a place where we're going to be getting expert merchant. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sell the things that are mainly just garbage to make room for things that are
Come again.
Don't touch the
more
merchandise.
valuable to sell. So, for instance, this, not too much of an issue. Now there's that.
Come back soon.
And yeah, we'll just get rid of the low priority items this way. And where, you ask, are we going to be learning
I hope you find
expert merchant? Well, we're going to be going to the Mire of the Damned. Might seem like an odd choice,
Thanks.
because
Come again.
it is a higher level area to be going to,
Looking for a weapon?
but there is a specific reason that I want to go there
Come again.
earlier. And that reason is because that area is on... see, every area has a point at which it resets, but they're not all the same. So for instance, Castle Ironfist, I believe, is on a 2-year timer.
Hello, come on.
Every 2 years it resets, and everything within it resets, including the chests, including the horseshoes that you get from the stables. But the Mire of the Damned,
Hello, come on in.
I believe, is only on a 6-month cooldown. I'll have to
Need a ride? Hitch up the horses.
make sure I've got my facts right, but I'm pretty sure I remember it being one of the, shorter cooldown areas. So we're gonna go directly there, unless I can think of some specific spell that I need. And I really can't. So we can cast Remove Curse 5 times from Roderick before we would have to Sorry, 4 times before we would have to refresh his spell points. And why is remove curse important going into the Mire of the Damned? It's because there is a particular enemy type over there that's gonna be employing curse as a status effect against us, and yeah, it's not gonna be fun. But the reason I'm going there is because that area is on a short cooldown and also has some chests that are fairly high level. Not so high that you can get artifacts from them, but high enough that you can get some really nice stuff and some handy boosts to your gold. And also in that area is, I believe, one of the 2 expert merchant trainers. We don't want to go to Bootleg Bay. We want to go to the Mire, which should shortly trigger. Okay, now I'm gonna save here, and because we're going overland, it's gonna go into our food supplies, but we've got plenty of food. So now we are in the Mire of the Damned. Immediately I'm gonna do that. Immediately I'm gonna... Well, I'm gonna keep my save from the start of the episode in case I need to redo this, although hopefully not. I'm gonna save here now. And what are the enemies we're gonna be fighting here? Well, they're hard to see right now, but skeletons. There are also gonna be... Well, I guess I'll wait until we encounter them before I talk about them. And because we're in an open area, we should have no trouble fighting skeletons, because there are many directions we can run into. Although, we do have to be careful, as always, to make sure that if we're retreating backwards, it's in an area either that we've already cleared or that we know doesn't have enemies in it. Okay, let's just loot people as we go. And skeletons are going to be coming over this little hill, and you'll already see some of them. Let's go back so we have a... I was going to say a better view, but I can barely see them in this mist. Wonderful weather effects in this 90s video game. And one of the skeletons is trying to run away, which is always annoying. Although I think we might have been able to kill it. Although I think, no, it's still running away. Yeah, I don't want to trigger too many more things. I do want to kill it. Yeah, okay. I don't want anyone running away. By the way, we will not be full clearing the Mire of the Damned in this first visit. No, we're just gonna be trying to get the chests. We're gonna just grab them and run. We might not even get all the chests, but... Ooh, didn't see you there. I should be paying attention to the mini-map. And we've reached the edge, which is never great, because now we don't have room to go back, but as long as we can kill this skeleton lord without it cursing us, we should be fine. Okay. Okay, we are just fine. Okay. No. Come on. While I'm here, I just want to say that looking over the footage from the last episode, I was happy that the sounds were mostly okay. Although I do still think the sound effects of arrows, and indeed of many of the ranged attacks in this game, are still a little bit... Well, I was gonna say too loud, but I don't think that's necessarily true. I think the main issue is, if you listen to them, it's a harsh, very sharp, percussive sound. And I think that's the main issue. For me, anyway, when something like this happens in quick succession, it kind of sounds... It's not a pretty sound. You know, compared to the music, which is actually really well done. I think the sound effects in this game
Got another one.
were decent for its time, but, you know, after you've gotten used to more contemporary games with a lot of detail put into sound design, it can be a bit jarring to then go back to older games. But, you know, it's just something gotta deal with. And there are 2 skeleton lords, that's a little scary. And you do want to be careful the direction in which you run. See, I just went a slightly different way back than I came here, and already another encounter here has been triggered. So, wanna try as much as you can to go back the same path that you came. And he's down. I'm gonna chance my hand to try and take him down in melee, and I'm okay taking hits as long as I don't get cursed. That's fine with me. And more skeletons. Isn't that fun? I will be cutting away from the combat here, but only once I've at least showcased the next enemy type. And if I don't see them in this encounter, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna then cut away until we do find something new, because you've seen me kill skeletons before. It's nothing special. There isn't really even any suspense in these fights, because you know that given the space I have... Ooh. I mean, it would help if I shot in the right direction, but given the space I have, they're not really going to trouble me too much. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the video on pause, and I'll get back to you when we see something new. Okay? I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I haven't moved that much farther from where I started, because this area is just so densely packed with enemies, but we can, in the far distance, see the next enemy type, and that is ghosts. I believe Spectre is the strongest version, and the Ghost is the basic version, and there's some other one that's the intermediate version that I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I'm sure we'll be fighting them at some point. Now, how are we gonna deal with them? Well, they're on their way towards us. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bless myself, and these guys love to do stuff to you. And that's a weird, vague thing to say, but there are a number of different things they can do to you besides just damaging you, and hopefully we don't see too many of them. Too many of their status effects in action against us, but, you know, I'm sure they'll get at least a few chances to ruin our day. Okay. Still haven't done any damage to the ghost yet, because he has been, or she, you know, could be either, has been behind the skeletons for the most part, but we did take it down, and because it was just the basic one, we didn't have any trouble. And Let's trigger a few more of them. Let's also renew our Wizard Eyes spell. What are we shooting at? The fog here is so thick. It's the weather when you get inside an area can change every time. It can change periodically. Ooh, that guy was coming through the trees. That's a bit scary. Oh, by the way, yeah, we are already ready to level up again, which I'm really happy to see. Now, ghosts by default won't give you gold when you loot them, but I have noticed that on the occasions that they... By the way, here we can see the intermediate version is the evil spirit. And the ghost is the basic version, and there should be a specter there, yeah. And you can tell how strong they are by the size of their health bars. Alright, let's take them down. Spectre being the first real challenge we faced. Let's see how tanky he is. But we took him down. That's good. Now let's carry on fighting the ghosts. Okay. And after I killed this guy, I think now that you've seen me fight ghosts, it's pretty much gonna be like this the whole time. So I'm gonna put things on pause again, and I'll come back when either something notable has happened, or we've found the third enemy type in this area. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so... a couple things. First of all, before I talk about the next enemy type, I want to note that based on my combat with the ghosts, I'd forgotten how they work. It seems that they can't actually inflict their status effects on you unless they're able to hit you in melee. So that's good, because they can do a bunch of stuff to you. They can inflict fear, which isn't that bad. The stronger versions can age your characters, so it's, if you look... yeah. There's an age statistic that each character has. I guess Serena's the youngest. And if your age goes beyond a certain point, your stats start to change. So I'll talk about that more specifically later on, but generally you don't want to be aged. The good news is, if you do get aged artificially, there are ways to undo that. But the other thing is that off in the distance we have our final enemy type, the Harpies. These are going to be really annoying to fight, and you're going to see why shortly. So I'm just going to slowly edge my way into combat, trying to attract as few enemies at a time as I can, because I want things to be manageable. And there are quite a few harpies in this area. Hopefully they're the only major pack of these we'll have to deal with. Oh, the other thing. I found this ring by looting the corpse of a
I don't know.
of a ghost. Oh, what does it do? Let's see. Nothing that shows up in the stats, so it's either useless or it has some enchantment that isn't a stat boost. Okay, now the harpies have become activated. Okay. We want to take them down as quickly as possible. They have quite a bit of health. This is the intermediate version, actually, or is it? Hard to tell. It might actually be the strongest version, but what the higher level harpies can do is they can curse your characters, and they can do it at range, which makes them very annoying to fight. And I've been talking about curses a lot, but I don't think I've mentioned what curses actually do. What they do is they impose a chance that any action you do will fail. And that includes any action, really. Chiefly, that affects spellcasting, and indeed, your attempts to remove your curse can fail if the character trying to cast it is cursed. So, you can hilariously run out of mana attempting and failing to remove a curse, which is the main reason that I've just been loading my game the moment one of my characters becomes cursed. And I really shouldn't even be coming here without resting up, because I want Roderick to have maximum spell points in case we do need to remove curses. And obviously we will be hoping that he doesn't get cursed first. Alright. Now, we're just gonna have to rest right here. I'd rather rest, and good news is, because I was gonna say, because it's a new day, maybe the weather's gonna change, but no. We still have the same fog. So I'm gonna fight this pack of harpies just in case they do their special attack, their special ability. Oh, okay, I think one of these ghosts is fleeing, which is not too great. Oh no, I didn't even realize this harpy was activated. We don't want them to get close to us, because that'll increase the chance that she... Oh, her body fell into the water, meaning we couldn't even loot it. And so did that spirit. That was a bit sad, but it's okay. As you can see, harpies do give gold. We didn't lose that much, but it's always sad when you're robbed of some reward due to purely, you know, game design stuff. Anyway. Isn't that much we could have done either, right? Because we don't have the luxury of being able to dictate the field of battle that much. We're fresh into this area, there's a mountain right here, there's water right there. We are very restricted in which way we can go. And these flying enemies are totally free to come at us at whatever angle they want. But we're doing okay. I'll fight another pack of them, and if they don't curse us, which is actually be a good thing if they don't curse us. Okay. Oh, they are coming towards us. Okay, we need to give ourselves space. We need to bless ourselves again. And keep on going. I'm gonna save my game again. Okay. Now let's turn around and start shooting them down. And I think this time we should be fine to take down their bodies. Okay. Or to loot their bodies, rather. Although...
Got him.
Oh, okay, we're fine. I don't mind so much if the regular harpies fall into the water, although it's still a bit sad. Okay, we got most of them. Okay, so it seems they need to get a bit closer to you before they can start cursing you than I thought. I guess in my earlier playthroughs of the game, I was just fighting them very recklessly. But if they indeed can't curse you from that far away, that is good, because it means clearing the rest of this area will be nice. So with that, now that you've seen all the different enemy types, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the game on pause, and I will come back once we're close to someplace notable, alright? I'll see you in a bit. I'm putting things off pause. I'm just going to fight this harpy in melee. I do have my game saved, just because I want to show you what they can do. I'm gonna let it come close to us, and I'm gonna let it do an attack. I'm gonna let it do a few attacks. Okay, it doesn't seem to be wanting to do its special ability. They were doing it all the time. Okay, here. Finally. She's cursed one of our people, and maybe she isn't the strongest version, because I do remember some of them can curse multiple party members at a time. And there was one part where I was testing where my entire party got cursed in the space of less than 2 seconds. So that is what these people are capable of, and we're not gonna let them do that. We're just gonna keep them far away as best as we can. And I am pretty pleased at how easily we're taking them down, although, as I said in the last few episodes, oh, okay, this guy never had a chance to loot him. It's pretty easy to take down even pretty tough enemies as long as they're only coming at you in melee. Because if you have space, then you can just do what I'm doing and clear almost entire packs of them without even getting hit, although you do have to actually hit them at some point and not let the trees block all your arrows. So I'm just gonna kill these, and you know what? After I kill this harpy hag, we're gonna put things back on pause, and I'll come back when I'm ready to show you something interesting, alright? So I'll see you in a bit. Taking things off pause to show you that if you can get enemies into this kind of thing, there's nothing they can do. I'll even take it off turn-based mode, because they can't get across the water. So you can just shoot them down, and it's really fun whenever that happens, although it's rare, but when it does happen, it's a lot of fun. Alright, going back on pause. Alright, I'm putting things off pause again, just because we've got a Spectre that I carelessly let come into melee range, but this gives me a chance to show you the kinds of things that it can do. So I'm just gonna waste my turns a little bit. And it, like the harpies, doesn't, now that I'm recording again, doesn't seem to be cooperative. So I'm just gonna skip my turns by pressing B, and come on, do your thing! Okay, so he's hitting us, does a fair amount of damage, but he does have other abilities, which he is not using. Look, I'm not gonna stop until you do the thing. Do the thing, come on. Okay, I think he knocked Serena out normally. He can also instantly knock people out, but he's not doing that, which is really annoying. Okay, let's try this again. Come on. Be cooperative. Okay, so what happened right now, the fact that you saw the visual effect, there was also a sound effect, and then Serena became unconscious. That's what Spectres can do. They can instantly knock out one of your characters. And that's what makes them so annoying to fight.
That was too easy.
This one has finally gone down. Okay. with that demonstration out of the way, actually, let me just quickly take this gentleman down, or lady. And now I'm gonna go back on pause, but we are getting close to the whole crux of this exercise, the whole point of coming here. So I'll be back with you when we're ready to actually do what I came here to do. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I'm putting things off pause now because one thing that happened while I was fighting this group is that, yes, it is the Harpy Witch that has the attack that can curse you at range. So we're gonna try our best to not let that happen. Oh, it's very difficult, as you can see. The only thing we can do is just try and take her down. How many mana potions do we have? We've got enough. So we're gonna basically fight this Harpy Witch as though she's the final boss of this area, because she may as well be. Because our entire party is cursed now, and we are in bad shape. It's okay, we'll, I mean, now that we're already cursed, is there any point to backing away? Well, we do... Well, yep, see, our spell failed, so... I guess that's the reason not to do that. So I'm just gonna go back. And we're gonna take these down, and then I'm gonna remove some curses. And I'll show you what a tedious process that can be when your entire party is cursed. But first, we need to take this Harpy hag down. And she's running away, that's good. Okay, now, what do we do? Well, I'm gonna save my game because I'm gonna try and remove curse. Oh, it succeeded. We can cast it once more. And important to know that it only works if you're cursed less than a certain duration. Beyond that, only a temple will be able to remove the curse. So for us, we have, because he is an expert in spirit magic, 4 hours of in-game time, which isn't that long, but it's enough. It's enough. And now you see why I haven't been mixing these into stronger alchemy potions, because mana is crucial for situations like these. You know, if you don't want to just do the entire map with the curse effect just permanently on you, which is not a good situation to be in. And because I don't see any more Harpy Witches, I'm gonna go on and just kill this Harpy hag. And with this one down, I'm gonna put things back on pause, and I will see you again when I've made another tiny dent in this area. So I'll see you in a bit. So literally seconds after I paused, I'm unpausing because we are actually at where I need to be. We've walked all the way to Darkmoor Village. We are not safe yet because this village is infested with undead. And in fact, if you take the stables and come here, you will be spawned in to the area with undead right next to you. That's another reason that I'm doing it this way rather than coming here via this, the stables, which is the normal way to come. And it can be tricky fighting because this village is laid out in an interesting way. A lot of things connected in weird wall-type situations. You'll see as we actually get inside. You can see, It doesn't even look much like a village, it looks like one giant compound, and for the most part, that is essentially what it is. This entire village is one collection of closely packed structures. Why they built it this way, I don't know, but I guess maybe it's easier to defend, but I mean, you see what I'm seeing, right? So clearly that can't have been a very effective reason to build it this way. But who knows? Maybe, you know, this is a swampy area. Maybe the rest of the land wasn't suitable to build on. There could be reasons that they built it this way. Let's not rush to judge them. Let's help them out a little bit. Yeah, excuse me? Oh, okay, that guy is actually behind this area. Here's an interesting thing. Your melee range is slightly longer than theirs, so if you can place yourself at just the right point, you can hit them and they won't be able to hit you. But, I mean, if they escape their little jail, then yeah, then they will be able to hit you, but it is nice when you can get enemies stuck somewhere like that and, you know, like fish in a barrel. Always fun. I'm just gonna not even bother casting any more buffs, although this guy got smart enough to escape. I'm just gonna... Come on. Come on, people. You've been training. I don't think Roderick even has enough spell points to cast. Which does he have? He's got... Okay, let's cast Bless one last time. And the other thing about this village is that it does have civilians roaming around, and if you fight the monsters inside the village, you can accidentally kill some of the civilians. And in this game, people aren't sophisticated enough to understand the concept of, you know, collateral damage. They will just act as if you intentionally murdered them. So I'm not about to take that risk to lowering my reputation just yet. Let's just go in, loot all these people. We found another ring. Useless ring, but hey, we can sell it. Oh, one other really annoying thing. We fed Roderick a potion. Apparently, he ate the potion bottle as well. That's one thing with this game where if you drink a potion, you just consume the whole thing. And if you want to brew a new potion, you don't get your potion bottle back. Alright, now that we're in this village, there's one important thing I want to do, but I've forgotten where it is, so I'm going to put the game on pause while I look up where I need to go. I'll be with you shortly. Okay, so I have it open on my phone, and I'm going to see if I've understood this correctly, where I need to go. I'm going in the wrong direction. I need to go this way. Wow, okay. So you can see what I meant when I said this entire village is like one giant compound. Because it really is like a maze that you've got to go through before you can get anywhere. And... okay, enemies have... and that looked like it was the entrance to something, but in fact it wasn't. And more enemies are coming. Let's just deal with these right quick. I said quick. I said quickly. We're missing because we don't have the Bless spell active, and we don't have the Bless spell active because Roderick is out of spell points, and I'm not spending any more if I can help it. So maybe if we go through here and go up, this might be it.
Greetings and salutations.
Well, he has a quest for us. So we have to get the Book of Liches from Castle Darkmoor, which is one of my least favorite areas in this game.
Greetings and salutations.
So we won't be doing that for a long, long time.
Greetings.
Monster Spear? Oh my god.
Greetings and salutations.
Oh, this is helpful, because we can
Okay.
make you an expert in axe fighting. Okay, let's just... More people are joining us. More formerly living people. They're flying down from the top of this mountain,
Hello.
which is where Castle
I
Darkmoor
think
is.
it's closed.
That's a store, which is closed. This is the person who teaches Master Axe. I glossed over the description of his quest, but basically it involves a sort of a power struggle within dwarven politics, and he wants us to intervene on one particular side of that, and talk more about that when it's time to actually do that quest. Okay, let's get it together. I'm getting blown off track. What I need to do is not the armory. I need to find the expert merchant
Hello.
feature. Expert mace? That's another thing.
Okay.
Another bit of a bonus.
Hello.
We already talked to you. Maybe if we go in here.
Hello.
Nope, that's not even what we're looking for. Maybe you.
Hello.
Nope, not you. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna put things on pause while I find this person. I'll see you when I do. Okay. Here it is. Finally, we get expert merchant training.
Okay.
Which costs a lot. We've spent a bit of money, but it's been money well spent. Because that merchant expertise... Who's coming towards us? Let's take care of this quickly. Because that merchant expertise will mean that when we sell, it's at less of a penalty. And if we become master in merchant and then raise our skill high enough, we'll be able to buy and sell goods at their actual prices. And indeed, because we will be able to do that, one thing we'll be able to do later in the game is buy unenchanted items, enchant them, thereby raising their value, and then sell them back to the same merchant for a profit. Okay, I think this guy is stuck on that terrain. So unless he just mysteriously frees himself at some point, we should be fine. Let's save the game again. And take these guys down. We're almost done. And by that I mean we're almost at one of the chests in this area. Oh, I think there's somebody close to us. Somehow, let's move back. Where is this person? There you are.
Got it.
Oh no, it's night. It's night. Okay. Maybe I should wait until morning. Yeah, you know what? Let's wait until morning.
We can't rest here.
I said, let's wait until morning. Wait until dawn. Oh no, we're weak. We're weakened. Cure weakness. Oh no, we can't even cure weakness. Okay, I should have rested properly. Okay, come on, just go down. There's an enemy inside. I don't know where it is.
I need
Okay, this is... We're fighting him and we're weakened, which is not great, but we were fine. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is... So, different types of terrain cost different amounts of food when you rest on them. And this swampy terrain will cost you 3. But if you go on a different type of terrain, for instance, the road or the dirt. In fact, I'm gonna show this to you by going to the coast right here. This type of terrain will only cost 2, so we're gonna rest here. And it feels like the fog gets thicker every time. Although I'm sure I'm just imagining that. What we're gonna do now is, if I can figure out how to get through this place, I'm gonna cast Bless. Okay. And now we're gonna go down. The last bit of enemies guarding our hard-earned loot. I'm just gonna take them down. Alright. Seems that one specter is, or that one ghost is still stuck on the terrain up in the castle. Or maybe he's managed to free himself. No. This is the guy I'm talking about. It looks like he's still stuck. So we're not going to worry too much about him. We're just going to loop around. And this is the reason I came. The main reason. We want to open this crate, and it has a very powerful trap on it, but I think with 4 points and expertise in disarm trap, we should be able to open it.
Got it.
And indeed we were. And look at what we found.
I don't know.
We found a relic already. Nice.
Aha!
We found a magic bow.
I don't know.
We found an amulet. We found large piles of gold. See, in my test save, we did not find a relic.
I don't know.
So I didn't even know this chest was capable of holding a relic. So that I'm very happy to see. Although what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save here, and I'm gonna load the save. Oh, see, the trap is powerful enough to kill us. We need
Got it.
the right person to open it. We're gonna open it a few times. Every time we open it,
Got it.
the items will be in different positions.
Okay.
Come on.
Got it.
And I'm doing this just to... see, this time the relic didn't spawn because of the arrangement of the items. They spawned in such a way that there was no way for it to place that axe. So if I had opened the chest like this the first time, I would have thought, you know, oh, look at all this good stuff, and not even known that there was supposed to be an extra item inside. So
Got it.
I'm doing this just to make sure that there isn't something else that we're missing. Seems
Got it.
she's not able to disarm it every single time, but
Got it.
she is at least
I don't know.
able to eventually. I'm gonna... Somehow Serena survived that. Way to go.
Got it.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this a couple more
Got it.
times. Okay, at this point, I'm satisfied that this chest isn't supposed to have anything else in it. Although, the only way to truly be sure is to read the save game data and see whether there are other items that the game, other relics that the game thinks I've found. So if the game has tried to spawn a relic and it didn't show up in the chest, it got spawned into oblivion, the game will still take it off the list as something you've quote-unquote found, and you won't be able to find it again. So I'm hoping that this is the only thing that we had to find in this region. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna save the game here. When we come back, I will have looked a little bit at the save game data just to make sure this is the only relic that the game has spawned into this area. And after that, we will go back to Castle Iron Fist. We will sell all this stuff. We will identify this relic. I'm really excited to show this to you. And then we will do our next quest. So, thanks for watching. It was a bit of a strange, more stop and start kind of episode, because I didn't want to show you the long slog of, clearing the enemies around. So, I hope it hasn't been too disorienting. But anyway, from here on, things should be a bit more smooth. Regardless, I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next part. So until then, take care.